Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Hummus Foodie Friday. Tonight we are making shrimp, potato, and corn chowder. I am really excited about this. My husband was like, another meal with shrimp? And I'm like, yes. Because it is really cold out and I'm freezing, even though my husband says it's warm in the house, and it doesn't feel like warmness to me today. So when you jump on, say hello, okay? Drop a 1 in the comments. If you are watching this on the playback, drop a 2. And of course, if you are brand new to our broadcast, we go live every Friday at 4 p.m. Central Time. And we cook a new meal for you. We haven't done any repeats for a while. So if you are brand new, drop a 3 in the comments, okay? But let me know when you are here. So far, it's not showing that we have any issues. So the husband right now, he is just taking care of the shrimp. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and get the bacon going. Do you want me to get the bacon going? Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get the bacon going. I picked up some black pepper, dry cured, center cut bacon. We don't usually do black pepper bacon in our house, but this recipe called for it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do it because it's going to add some amazing flavor. So basically this bacon is actually a topper for your corn chowder, but the bacon grease, as my husband told me, is the base for like the roux that we have to make, right?
Yes.
Okay. For like the roux. So I'm gonna go ahead and normally we cook our bacon, in all honesty, in our oven most of the time, but because we need this grease today and all of that, we are going to go ahead and do the bacon in the pot today. I think, is this a 6 quart or an 8 quart? I don't remember. Do you remember, babe?
Nope.
It's
big.
He's the one that ordered it, but it is the biggest pan that we have until, you know,
Until our Dutch oven gets here.
until our Dutch oven gets here, yes. So I couldn't fit all the bacon in. So I'm going to get a piece of paper towel just to set this bacon on. Chowder's probably going to be smelling this bacon and totally going after it. Almost done?
Yeah.
So he is almost done with the shrimp. He just put it in some water. Did you cook it at all in the water, or just kind of?
No, I cooked.
Kind of rinse it off.
Well, I cooked it and
Okay. I had got one, or I had purchased the shrimp that was already deveined, didn't have any tail on it, but he always goes back through it because whenever you get shrimp, you always have
the processed mechanical. Can you get me a paper towel to set this down on?
Oh yeah.
The processed, the mechanically done shrimp where they devein it and shell it and devein it doesn't always get all the shell, and it doesn't always get all the vein. So just cleaning that out.
All right, so I got your bacon going.
Alrighty.
He is the best person in this house to cook bacon, because if I cook bacon, it either number one is just done.
No.
Or
still partly raw.
Or burnt. And I prefer turkey bacon.
Fake bacon. Fakin'.
I love turkey bacon, but nobody else in this house likes turkey bacon.
Because we all know it's fake bacon. want to call it dried turkey strips or something, that'd be one thing, but
But not turkey bacon.
it's not bacon. It's not bacon, right?
It's bacon. Does this corn have to be? Does it have to be?
What, grain?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
I mean,
Stir in
yeah.
corn and cream.
Excuse me.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it actually doesn't say. It just says 4 cups of sweet corn. Spoon half. It just says stir in corn and cream chowder. Well, I guess we can kind of just wait until we put the...
Put the rest of it together.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I opened up the corn. We're going to be using this seasoning in it today, which is Tony Chachere's. I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I tried
The original Creole seasoning. So that seasoning is going to be in it today, and we didn't even open it yet. How do I open it? Please what? Push.
Might need a spoon. Get a spoon. She's over there making faces at me, huh?
Push. Hoo-ha.
You work in labor and delivery and you can't figure out when the directions are push?
Yeah. Push. Hoo-ha.
Yes, we went there.
Ew. Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's Creole.
got lots of Creole flavors.
I think this recipe is going to be a really yummy recipe. Hence why he sent it to me.
I've gotten in the habit of when I get recipes or find recipes, I just forward it to her because I never keep track of these things. So I forward it to her, and hopefully she figures out which ones we should do.
It's lemonade. At least I hope it's lemonade. It is. It's my lemonade H2O.
Splash 2O. Splash 2O. 0 calorie fruit drinks. Love it. I actually haven't had... I've been drinking Coke Zero like crazy, and I'm actually working on breaking that habit of having it occasionally instead of my all-the-time drink. And with this lemonade that
That you've been drinking, you haven't opened up a soda can in how many days?
3. I would normally drink anywhere from 4 to as much as 6 sodas a day. Mm-hmm. I'd go through 4 to 6 cans of soda a day. Not good.
We probably went through 2 12-packs a week or every 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half.
Yeah, I'd say we were probably doing
2 12-packs didn't last 2 weeks.
24 cans of sodas didn't last 2 weeks. Mm-mm. So this is one healthy change I've made that I found that I can totally stay with. It's delicious. The peach tea is really good too. Mm-hmm. So just kind of waiting for the bacon to start here. I don't know why you should put the camera way over there.
Because it would be a little easier.
Yeah, well, it's, now you're the one hiding on camera.
No.
It's been a crazy week, y'all.
It's been crazy? Yes, it has been. I worked 3 days this week at the hospital. So that was busy. Few things going on with our child at school that we've been handling as parents that
Things
as
never
parents
want to hear about.
you would think that you wouldn't have to deal with, but we've had a few things that we've had to deal with this week. Thank goodness I have some really close friends that I've been able to vent to. My internet aunties.
Yeah, a bunch of internet Annies about to come down here and help handle the situation.
Yes.
These,
Hey, Deanna girl. Yes, my internet aunties are ready to fly down to Texas. And not to my child, though. But, yeah. So it's been one heck of a week this week.
I've started going live
Yes.
on my timeline in the mornings, and yeah, that's been an interesting experience because I figured most of y'all are showing up because of her when we do the Foodie Fridays, but I was getting a lot of attention in the mornings when I was doing my live, so apparently y'all like me too. That's cool. Yeah, it's basically, I just talk about whatever. The craziness in the morning. Like one day this morning it was so cold, or one morning this week, what was I saying? 1 week this morning. One morning this week. There we go. I can't get my dang words to work. It was so cold. It was like 28 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Now, I know that's not so cold compared to some other places, okay? San Antonio, Texas, that's pretty cold. It's below freezing, which doesn't happen very often.
No.
And I get in the car, and my low tire pressure indicator is going off. And the girls thought it meant that I didn't buckle my seatbelt because the warning thing had come on, they could see it. They thought I wasn't wearing my seatbelt. I was like, no, Daddy's wearing his seatbelt. He knows better.
What were they saying? Daddy, put your seatbelt on?
But, and then I had to drive around for about an hour trying to find a place. A lot of those pumps, air pumps at the gas stations, they don't do coins anymore. They want you to run a credit card. Well, that's fine, except for when you go to 4 of them and all the credit card machines are non-functioning. Well, you can't use your pump if it's not working. So I ended up spending an hour driving from gas station to gas station looking for air to put in my tires.
But now that you know where you can get air.
Yeah, don't ask me to repeat what it was. I don't remember.
It's at the Beehive Car Wash.
Oh, yes. See, I learned these things, Phil. I promise you, the next time I need to get air in my tires, it's not going to be in my brain.
No.
I'm not going to remember it.
It won't be. But most places don't have free air anymore for tires. That used to be a thing that you could always get, free air in your tires all the time. But nowadays, it's like every single thing in this world costs money.
Well, what's really funny is that I'm sure there are some folks that remember
Uh-huh.
full service. Mm-hmm. You don't see it used to be an option where you'd have full service and self-service when you pulled into a gas station. Full service, you paid a little bit more for the gas, but they would check your fluid levels, they'd check your air pressure, they would top off all those
And
things
you wouldn't
for
have to
you.
get out of the car.
And you never had to get out of the car.
In that 20 degree weather. Deanna says that was cold, and she's from South Carolina. So, yeah. Being in the 20s is a little chilly.
But
That bacon's looking good. It smells good.
it smells yummy.
I've never had the peppered bacon before. It looks like we're going to have some really good...
I think you can take that and put that.
Do you think that'll be enough bacon?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It says 5. We're doing a double. 8.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Because we're only going to use it as a topping.
Well, and we need the grease for the roux.
And we can, well, that's quite a bit of grease in there. So I think you'll probably be okay.
Depends on how much flour and stuff they want us to put in there.
2 tablespoons. We'll just judge it.
Oh, now you want me to get judgy?
Yep. Yep. Plus, we could use this bacon tomorrow morning for breakfast.
That means she wants me to get up and cook.
On our Texas-sized
Show
English
'em.
muffins.
Show them.
Oh my gosh.
Show them. These are some big, I don't know if y'all like English muffins, but these are some big,
Yeah.
big ones.
That's pretty big English muffins, because that's like almost, you know, it's Texas style, apparently.
Texas style or Texas size?
Texas size muffins, crispy and air, from our HEB grocery. So that's pretty big. It's gonna be awesome, because I'm just so into Gouda lately.
Deanna says we need smell-o-vision.
Smell-o-vision.
Yeah, that way they could smell the goodness.
Oh yes. Hey Lisa. My cousin Lisa just hopped on.
Hi.
All right, so now what do I need to get out for you?
Flour.
Flour, okay. Well, you gotta do the potatoes first.
Yes.
And then flour. You remember last week, he showed me how to do a roux last week, so that was pretty cool.
I don't remember what we made last week.
Shrimp scampi.
That's right.
Excuse me.
Shrimp 2 weeks in a row. Now I'm starting to remember the conversation.
What's up, boo boo? What's up? Pick up. No, don't leave it there. Go put it on the couch. Or in my chair. So you want to use the simply potatoes, diced potatoes with the onion. What? Your hair's in the way. It's getting long. I know, it's getting long. Very long. Do you think we only need one bag?
I already put 2 in there.
Oh. Okay. So then what you need to do is just cook up those potatoes and those onions in that grease.
What you're trying to do is just basically brown it up a bit.
Yep. And then making sure that you scrape the bottom of the pan to release any brown bits that are on it.
Which really isn't a problem with these Ausker pans, because nothing sticks them. Nothing.
And then apparently you stir in your flour and seafood seasoning until blended well, so you're actually not making like a roux, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. I noticed that too.
Yeah.
Do you have your 64 cups of...
That's what I was about to make.
That's your job.
And then I just need my chicken.
Yep, I'm going to get it. Oh, where is it?
So last week we had... That's my new one. Last week we had cleaned this off and moved our water kettle. So it's real nice to have that over there now.
Frees up a little bit of space around here, that's for sure.
It does. So what I'm doing right now is just mixing up my chicken broth. And of course, as you guys know, we always use the broth base and seasoning chicken flavor, and we just add it into our water. I'd say I'm a fan. I'm here every week. Yes. What do you need?
A tablespoon. Another one.
That's a small one. Where's our big one?
God knows where Isis put it. Where's my tablespoon?
Right here.
That little girl. That little girl.
It's Isadora's job to take care of the dishes in the dishwasher. So sometimes our dishes don't get put back where
they're supposed to be.
Where they're supposed to be. So, anybody else relate with kids? Do your kids do that too?
So doing the all-purpose flour, and then the Nummy Creole seasonings. Oops, spilled it a little bit.
Okay.
No, that was spilled on purpose. Haha.
Oh, okay. Now what else? What's next, Boom?
Well, I got to stir this up, and then we got to stir in the She tries to get me to read, and I do have to say she printed it large enough for me to be able to read this time. Gradually stir in the broth.
Okay, well, all I got here is 4 cups so far.
And we need a total of 6.
Yeah.
So go ahead and let me have that
Which
4.
will be...
Let me have the 4.
Okay.
That's not gradual, but okay.
You'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Gradually do something. Whoosh!
Whoosh.
It's like bring to a boil. What is she going to do? Make it steam? Oh my goodness, this smells so good. Oh, yeah.
Hey, and this is perfect, you guys, because my water kettle only does 6 cups of water at a time. There we go.
Now we just need to bring to a boil.
Okay. Bring to a boil.
And then,
so I'm thinking probably drain the sweet corn.
yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, okay. Oh, smells, excuse me, smells good.
Okay, so I just went and grabbed a slotted spoon and a bowl because once we get this to a boil and we get it to get the potatoes to get kind of tender, we're going to take out half the potatoes and then we're going to mash them up because that's really going to thicken up the broth.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go ahead and drain the corn.
Got big cans of corn, y'all.
Yep.
Nobody in this house likes corn.
Isadora, I think, wants popcorn tonight, so
Well,
she wants her new popcorn.
Yeah, she wants to try the Simply Fit popcorn. So, I think she's gonna like it. So.
And she can have her own personal bag, which will make her happy. Did you? Yeah, we'll do both cans.
Yeah, we're doing both cans.
Because corn is never not eaten in our house.
So I'm just waiting for this to get to a boil.
It's a lot of corn, though.
It's a lot of soup. See, we've already put in 6 cups of broth. And yeah. So I think we'll be fine.
That is yummy corn. So we're using the jumbo can of whole kernel sweet corn today. Normally I would use like the frozen, but I didn't want to deal with having to thaw it out and
Now see,
all
folks,
that. Can I smell?
this is bacon that's cooked properly. It's not burnt. It's not burnt. It's not floppy. Bacon should be crispy.
I still like turkey bacon.
Yeah, but you can't even get turkey bacon to get properly crispy.
No, you can't, and that's why I like it.
Heretic. Heretic.
That's why I like it. Put some nice slices of turkey bacon on an English muffin with an egg and some Gouda.
Just use some turkey lunch meat. It's the same texture.
Ew, no, it's not. No. Turkey bacon is not the same texture as turkey lunch meat. Ew. See, Deanna can relate. Her kids putting the dishes away and everything.
And not putting them where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
The other thing we have fun doing with...
she has more kids than we do.
The other fun thing that we have with Isadora putting away the dishes is, you know how sometimes dishwashers don't get the plastic completely dry?
Oh.
So she'll stack bowls and put them away, and then we're pulling the bowls apart, and they're wet, and then they don't smell clean no more. So it's kind of like, girl, wipe down the dang bowls, wipe down the plastic.
She's notorious for just doing this, taking this and it's wet and put the other one on top and put it in the cupboard.
Like that one was wet that you just uncovered.
Oh, damn it.
Just
Yeah.
point. 10-year-old does, Deanna's 10-year-old does the same thing. So it's not just us.
No, I seriously think it's a child thing. You know, when you're teaching them how to do chores around the house and trying to teach them that when you live here, you help clean and help take care of things.
I just want to sit down and do whatever it is that they're wanting to do. It's like, yeah, we'd like to just sit down and chill too, but you know what? Yeah. Somebody got to cook.
You have to pay for your rent somehow, right?
Yeah.
And they're paying for their rent by helping me do things while I sit on my tushy. Because here's the thing. If it was just the two of us, we wouldn't have to clean much. We really wouldn't. And I'd make him pick up his socks that he just throws on the floor or whatever.
I'm not as bad about that as I used to be.
I know. Thank goodness.
Of course, I don't wear socks all that often nowadays either. So I may still be just as bad as I was. I just don't wear socks that often.
Yes. But when you were in military uniform all the time, oh my gosh.
Okay.
I would see that stuff all over.
All right. Now, ladies, I know from her and I know from my other female friends, when you get home from being wherever, the first thing you want to do is get that bra off because it's sweaty, you're uncomfortable, you just want it off.
Now it's the face mask.
For soldiers, when we get off duty for the day, the first thing we want to do is take off our boots and get our feet free of the socks and the boots. It's not comfortable.
But you know, the big thing, at least.
If we didn't have kids, we could keep the house clean. Yeah.
I know, right? Exactly.
Well.
Exactly.
It would be a heck of a lot easier.
Then it would be a lot easier. I didn't have to clean very much when it was just us in the apartment. I'd have to clean a lot more when Sarah, was with us for her visits when she was younger. But
about the same
I'm
age
going to
as
tell
Isis.
you this. Yeah, she was the same age as Isis at that time.
But she would do her chores
correctly. But she
correctly.
was very clean. She really was. We didn't have to clean up after her very much at all. She literally, her floors, her floor in her room was always clean at the end of the day. I just learned that at a very young age to keep her floor clean and things put away, right?
Yep.
Because you had a tough box for her with all of her toys, and she knew that she needed to put them in the tough box.
Or if it was stuff that she was going to have setting out, like her play set, she could set it out on top.
Deanna definitely agrees with the face mask, and she said, by the way, thank you for your service. Yes, so.
She put up with it, so.
Yeah, I did.
All right, so.
And I'd have to fold his clothes a certain way. And, yeah. He taught me that as soon as we got married. My clothes have to be folded a certain way. And I was happy to do it,
So where are we?
Because I was in that honeymoon
stir in
stage.
corn. Corn. It's corn.
All right, stir in the corn and the cream. Oh, we need to get the cream out?
Yeah.
Okay. So we actually need to use heavy whipping cream for this.
Whipping cream.
Heavy whipped cream. So
4 cups.
4 cups of whipped cream.
Need your big thing back out.
All right, will do.
Get the bacon. And bring the corn. Bring the corn.
All right. Oh, this is gonna be yummy.
There we go.
Yummy, yummy to my tummy.
So I had somebody ask me if I was serious when I was talking about our Foodie Fridays.
Dude, it's this whole thing. Okay. So we just learned the 1 quart is 4 cups.
I knew 1 quart was 4 cups. I didn't. Now I'm gonna pour this in because if you pour it in too fast, it's gonna scald it and it's gonna make it yucky.
Yeah.
So why don't you take this bowl?
So.
And mash in some taters.
You want me to mash taters?
Mash the taters.
All right.
So I was talking about this, and I was like, yeah, y'all got to come and check out our antics. And a friend of mine was like, antics? Are you guys really, is it really going to be antics? And I'm like, oh, just come and check it out because there's antics. Oh, there is antics.
How much do you want me to smash these?
Smash them until they're mashed.
Well, that's kind of hard because they're teeny. They're teeny weeny.
Well, that's because you're not using a potato masher.
I'm using my meat masher because I know how to mash meat.
Oh, I'm just gonna start a chowder. Are you having that much issue? Get a fork.
Hey, I did much better.
Yeah, get a fork.
All right, I will get a fork. It's not as easy to mash because they're cooked, but not like fully cooked.
Deanna says we're great. We try to be. Everyone's like, this is like what you guys are really like. Oh, you have no idea. We tone it down for our lives.
Yeah.
I can tell you one thing I definitely am learning to tone down doing these lives and doing my other live is, well, I was a soldier for 12 years on active duty. I had a potty mouth.
Believe it or not, this girl right here has a potty mouth too, I'll be honest.
So I am working on trying not to cuss so much. Now, there are times when it's the right thing. There's only one way to make a point.
Yep.
But
just like our 6-year-old, she uses her potty mouth appropriately.
well, and contextually correct. I wouldn't necessarily say it was appropriate.
Yeah, sometimes it is. Seriously.
What? No, I'm just trying
when Freya will say, seriously?
That's
really?
Here I was thinking she was criticizing me for how I'm stirring in the potatoes.
No.
There you go. Now.
Freya's so much like our Sarah.
Yeah. They lived in the same house. I don't know. That could get interesting. So, got the mashed potatoes in here. Stirring them in. Because that'll help thicken this up. And it's actually thickening up pretty well. Got some good pieces of the potatoes floating around in here. Once we get this to simmering nice, we're just going to chuck in the shrimp.
Oh yeah, that's right. The shrimp isn't even in yet.
Right up there.
I'll be honest. Mama would love this recipe minus shrimp.
Mama would love this recipe with the shrimp. She just couldn't eat shrimp anymore by the time.
Yeah.
My mom grew up loving seafood. She taught me my love of seafood. And somewhere along the line, she got to where she became highly allergic to shellfish. So she would love this. But after she became allergic, it would have killed her.
She couldn't even walk into a store.
Yeah, when she went into HEB, a grocery store, she'd have to stay away from the fresh seafood section. Like on the other side of the store.
And then, of course, the very first time I go out to eat with them, without even thinking, I decide to order clam chowder. And my husband stopped me immediately. It's like, you can't have clam chowder at the table.
Now, see, the funny thing was, is it used to be, at first it was, she couldn't eat it, but it was okay if somebody else was eating it around her. And then it was okay so long as it wasn't immediately near her. And then it got to the point where, okay, we can't even go in there and eat because they serve shellfish. And then it got to the point where literally driving by a Red Lobster could cause her problems.
Yeah.
So.
And sometimes when she was working as a nurse, a lot of times the ladies would order, we would order food to be brought in, by 10, 11 o'clock at night. And she could never go into the lunchroom because a lot of the ladies would order shrimp. And so.
And they knew.
And they knew.
They knew.
They knew, but didn't care because, you know, if you know anything about nursing, sometimes there can be cliques. And
It's not just nursing.
Yeah.
It's not just nursing. Nursing may have its own brand of it, but I promise you, it's not just nursing.
But when I ended up working down in Corpus Christi with her, and they would have those nights of the ladies ordering in shrimp type stuff, I would have to go into the break room and get her food because she'd have to eat. She'd end up having to eat at her desk wherever she was at because she couldn't even go into the lunchroom.
She couldn't even walk by it.
No, yeah. So it would irritate the dickens out of her.
Which was probably what they were trying to do.
Oh yes.
My mom was one of those ones.
Tried to irritate her.
My mom was one of those ones where she was very competent and very knowledgeable.
And some of them.
And she didn't put up with people who were being stupid.
Foolish.
No, stupid.
Yeah.
And foolish. Now, if you didn't know something, she'd be happy to help you out. She understood that new nurses sometimes didn't know some of these things, and she never judged anyone on that. But once you had learned something 2, 3, 4 times, or it was something that you obviously knew to do, you just weren't doing the right way because you were lazy, you know, kind of like not drying off the plastic bowls. She didn't have much patience for that in her professional career. And because of that, there were a lot of people who didn't like her because, oh, she's going to make us do it the right way.
Yeah, she would. And if you came to her and asked her a question regarding nursing, she would just come back and say, well, what do you think? She would want to know what your process, what your critical thinking was of what you thought that you would need to do, and if it needed to be tweaked a little bit or corrected, she would get you through that. But she didn't just stand there and give you the answer that maybe you wanted. She made you actually critically think, which is what's really important in nursing. You have to have critical thinking and be able to think outside of the box. And with the pandemic and everything going on right now, you have to really think outside of the box. But
if you haven't developed that critical thinking, you're stuck with, you know, having to do things by rote, and it doesn't help.
And I never thought that I would be in the position that I am now as a PRN nurse. I'm the first to float, and my job has become stressful because right now we have low census, which is really, really weird for our mother baby unit, and I'm being floated to other units.
It makes kind of sense because, you know, 9 months ago everybody was afraid to touch anybody and go anywhere. And
well, no.
I'm just saying there weren't as many random hookups.
That could be true too, but I've been being floated to units that I am extremely uncomfortable in, put in situations that I'm extremely comfortable in. I mean, just recently, they need a lot of our help in the ER, okay? Our hospitals, you guys, are filling up very fast. My hospital is right now completely, we don't have any beds. In fact, we're at the point where we have 30, 40, 50, 60 ER holds that are waiting for beds. So you can imagine if you have 40, 50, 60 cases in the ER that are on hold because there's no bed in the hospital, I can guarantee you don't have enough nurses working in the ER to take care of that. So they're utilizing any nurse that would normally be on call or be canceled. Our management had met.
Wow.
Our management had met together and we're actually doing team nursing. So even though I'm all mother baby, have been for, you know, for 12 years, I'm going and helping in the ER as a nursing tech, taking vitals, getting glucoses, taking people to the bathroom, washing people up, just basic nursing skills. So, I mean, exactly, Deanna.
Here, put this in your hands.
Oh, Deanna works in the ICU too. Or she was working in the ICU.
Now, I'm going to tell you, if you're the kind of person like me who likes to add salt when you're cooking, don't do it to this recipe.
Woo!
It's got plenty of seasoning in it.
Oh yeah, I can taste the salt, and there's definitely a little kick from that Creole.
But really, it's background kick.
Yeah.
Background kick. But this is done.
It definitely tastes like it has too much salt for me, but that's just from...
We didn't put any...
That's just from the seasoning. Yeah.
Just from the seasoning and just from the bacon fat. We didn't add any... Well, y'all watch.
Oh.
I didn't put no salt in there.
That bacon fat had the black pepper in it, so you've got that black pepper taste too.
So...
Oh, this is yummy. Okay, you guys. So thank you so much for being here with all of our nonsense and talking today in this recipe. And of course, I will post the link for this recipe in the comments here. And he will put his picture there in the comments. Of course, this will also be uploaded on my YouTube at Jessica Hamas 79. Yeah, 79. I was about to say 72, but 79.
72, 79.
79, okay? But anyway, until next Friday, and I think I have a recipe for next Friday already. It's gonna be cool.
I don't know what it is yet.
Homemade chicken pot pie.
I'm down for that.
And then you use like the Pillsbury biscuits in the cans as your breading on top.
Not so sure about that.
Well, we can figure that out. We can figure that out.
I like good flaky pie
But,
crust on
yes.
my pot pie. That's just me.
Yes.
And she makes really good
Yes.
pie crust.
So, chicken pot pie is next week, okay? I'm trying to determine if we're going to do it in the stove or if we're going to do it in the foodie, Instapot, okay? So, until our next video, until next Friday, stay true to yourself, be authentic, be genuine, show love to others, and of course, be kind.
Peace, love, and photography. And remember, everything can make a beautiful image, including you. Bye.
Toodles!